everybody. Good evening. So welcome to Let's Talk Live again. This is Julia Sana, licensed mental health counselor and licensed marriage and family therapist. And also, usually I do the shows with my husband, Julia Sana. So at some point, I might get him to come along and just chat if he wants to, since mental health awareness is about so many things. But this is not like the regular stuff that you guys normally get to see, because today we have my friend Kenya on here. And I think you can see both of us right now on Facebook. And you guys are welcome to comment on there. If you want to come on live, I put the link. I did put the link out there. So feel free to click on the link and we'll be able to let you into the meeting. Otherwise, this is May is Mental Health Awareness and Trauma Informed Month. And so I'm really, really excited to have you guys on and to join us. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Kenya. Kenya, can you just say hello?
Good evening, everyone.
I know. Okay, so guys, you guys know that Julius and I are from Kenya in East Africa. And lo and behold, we met Kenya. I met Kenya, Madison, and she could not believe it when I told her where we're from. And Julius, I told guys you might join us later. So anyway, when I told her I was from Kenya, she was like, what? And her name was Kenya. So that was really wonderful. And we met through, at the time, Lauren Zachman was doing a lot of work in Delray, actually doing Healthier Delray. And the initiative, and I met her because I called her to volunteer for any work if she needed therapists of color in the community that she needed to reach out to. I wanted to let her know I was available. So that's how we got to know each other, like 4 years back or so. And so when Kenya came on, she introduced us to Kenya at Cats and Conversation. So you guys, Delray Beach has a lot of stuff going on. And Cats and Conversation has been an event that I've been doing with for Lisa and Bo at their barbershop, Upper Cats barbershop in Delray on the historic 5th Street. It's a really cool barbershop. So that's how I met Kenya. She came in for one of the nights. And then we just started talking and we gelled. And then last year during COVID, everything went crazy. So we got to do a whole lot of events together. So I'll tell you a little bit about Kenya before she comes in. She is the Senior Director at Healthier Delray in Delray Beach. It's a behavioral initiative for Palm Beach Foundation. And she's going to talk a little bit about that if she wants to. She's also a certified school counselor, 14 years. And you guys have been to Cover Middle School and Village Academy. Those were some of the schools that she worked at. She's also been a facilitator, helping people, teaching people about thriving out of poverty. She's very involved in the community. She's held a lot of community conversations right now, especially about community policing. And her passion in life, I want to say, Kenya, really is mental health. I can just, anything to do with that. So welcome, Kenya, and please say a few things before we start chatting. And I hope you have a cup of tea or something. I just remembered I left.
Or something. We're going to go with that one. It's Mental Health Awareness Month and my cup is green. So whenever you see me about and moving about in the community, I usually have this green cup because I have my nails green, you know.
Yeah.
Get into it. So thank you, Julia, for inviting me to hang out with you this evening. This is well past my Kenya Cheney Madison Senior Director hours. But when when a friend calls, a friend shows up, okay? So all you had to do was say mental health, and I said I'm there, regardless of the time. Here I am. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on. So my first question for you was, wow, what got you into mental health? I mean, for you to have done school counseling for 14 years, That was quite a passion. So what was it that made you interested in mental health, just the whole field?
Well, my after dark answer is my own mental health is what
Yeah.
be a mental health clinician. I was a school, a classroom teacher straight out of, Florida A&M. I came home, started teaching at Village Academy the year that it opened. And
Yeah.
um, anybody who works currently or has ever worked at Village Academy knows that one, it's not your ordinary school. It's a K-12 school. Now they have Head Start through 12th grade, and it's a challenge. But back then, from my 20-something-year-old perspective, I could see that there were great needs and that existed, both in the classroom and outside of the classroom for students. And there were also great needs in my community. You don't grow up in a community, go off to the greatest HBCU there ever was, and then come back to serve your
Mm-hmm.
community without a fresh perspective, without a sense of responsibility. And so you ask what got me into mental health, and I jokingly said my own mental health, but
Yeah.
it really was a calling to say there's more to be done. There's more that you can do. And so, because I've always just been naturally a caring and compassionate person, um, I wanted to go into a field that would allow me to listen to others and to support them on their life journey, help them when I can. And that led me to Barry University. But when I got, I realized there was a whole spectrum of
Mm-hmm.
options that I could go into. And like you, I couldn't select one. So I did the dual degree program and got a double master's in marriage, family, individual, couple counseling, and mental health counseling. And then I added on some more courses and got another something in school counseling.
Wow.
So throughout my time and tenure as a school counselor, I lived a double life, after dark as a master's level clinician. And that alone is a very unique perspective because many of the cases that you get as an independent contractor with community-based agencies are cases that are very, very challenging, family circumstances that are very, very challenging. I had a lot of court appointed cases, and
Yeah.
it's a different experience when people approach you for therapy as opposed to when you show up at their door and say, "Here I am to fix it all." But even having that experience, I never got burned out because there's so many different prisms, if you will, of
Yeah.
ways to impact somebody's mental well-being, whether it be from the community-based perspective, the faith-based perspective, individual, family dynamic, school-based dynamic. Um, the number of challenges that human beings are facing outnumber the modalities that exist and the clinicians that are delivering them. So um, it's a fulfilling work for me. It's a
Yeah.
ability, all of those things that I just named, from being an educator to being a helper to being a clinician, to throw all those cards on the table and just be who I am and feel fulfilled about it. I go to bed every night, most nights, feeling very fulfilled about the work that I do.
Wow. That's incredible. And what a journey, too. What a journey you've been on. And so you ended up getting transitioning from that and then doing the Healthier Del Rey, which is I mean, you're doing some amazing work. I don't know that I've seen anything that has to do with mental health that I didn't find out had something to do with you guys. So, I'm sure that has also been a passion project for you because of all your work prior in the community and the fact that you're raised in Del Rey, right?
Born and raised in Delray Beach. The only time that I haven't lived in Delray Beach is my time in Tallahassee when I was, again, attending the best HBCU on the planet, Florida Mechanical University. Those 4 years were amazing, but yeah, I've spent the remainder of my adult life in the same city that I grew up in, on the same street that I grew up on, living across my mom. So it's quite an honor. I haven't always looked at it that way. I mean, if we're being honest, and having a authentic dialogue, it hasn't always felt like this is the best place on earth, like, Mickey Mouse land.
Yeah.
It's had its fair share of ups and downs, the same way that life brings you struggles. I've questioned my existence here, but the more I questioned my existence here, I was, it was just kind of revealed, like, there's more for you to do. There's more for you to do.
Yeah.
That's why I say I approach the work that I do with joy, because I know it's where I'm supposed to be right now. It may not be always where I'm supposed to be, but it's where I'm supposed to be now. And I'm proud to bring forth these things that we bring to the community.
Yeah.
Just a message of holistic well-being, taking care of yourself, paying attention to yourself, simple things.
Yeah. Wow. So, one of the things that you did that was a lot of fun, that you've done that was a lot of fun during COVID, because we all had to find a way to cope with having to be home, and all the conversations we had online and all the webinars we did. We were all walking. We all started walking a lot more than we used to. And you started this awesome community called Wonder and Wonder. And I'm probably not even saying it right, but it was so cool, and it's been cool to see people posting different things. So maybe talk a little bit about that, because it's one of my happy joy places to just go and click and see the latest pictures of what people are doing and what they're posting.
Wander and Wonder is a Facebook group, just an online space that I wanted to carve out. I always wanted to be like a blogger at some point, but I never really had the time to sit down and do it. And thanks to Facebook's, easy platform, you can just kind of create a group in no time. So, I remember from the movie Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. And what I wanted people to arrive at was, was a space of inspiration and a place where they could find themselves to become an inspiration. So
yeah,
I got the name Wander and Wonder by a book written by Langston Hughes of the same title. That resonated with me because in general, just for fitness, for my own self-care, I like to take outdoor walks, in a nature-like setting. I enjoy watching trees and birds and whatever, even if it's just a little lizard that's crossing the pathway. I try to just follow it as far as my eyes will go, because I'm like, where's he going? And I love when I see, like ducks, and there's a mama duck and like a row of baby ducks, and like I'll stop the picture. And if the sun is really bright and it's got, we all take selfies, right? And you got that bursts of sun rays like around you, and it's not a filter, and it's like, oh, look at the sun shining this morning, or the clouds are beautiful, whatever I'm noticing. But it helps me to stay grounded and be in the moment, because we live in such a fast-paced society. Everything is, now or never. People are impatient. Including myself, I'm not I'm not guiltless or blameless in this. But it's my way of just decompressing. And during So many of our regular routines and coping skills had just been stripped away immediately, almost like yanking a bottle from a baby's hand.
Yeah.
People were forced to find, find new ways of being, find new ways
Mm-hmm.
of coping, find new ways. And so I said to myself, well, start a space. If people want to be there, they'll come and stay. If they don't, they'll, they'll click the unjoin button. But what I started doing was posting just like an inspirational quote, a picture of my daily walk, how many miles I walked, not in competition, not to show off and be like, oh, look at me, I'm cute, I did something today, but because some days I'm not cute. And some days I don't feel cute, even if I look cute, because that's what those walks are about. You have to find that inner voice, that inner compass to say, you're actually doing a great job. You're a great mom. You're a great daughter. You're a great friend. You're doing a great job with this initiative. We're our own worst critic, and on the trail, in the park, when it's just me with my earbuds in and nature, I'm able to find grace for myself, which helps me be gracious to others. I'm able to find compassion towards myself and forgiveness towards myself, which allows me to find that same space for others. And so, to be honest, I've been going through a little personal challenge for like the last 6 months. It's a really long one. Personal challenge. And that has prevented me from sticking to my daily walks like I want to. And that's frustrating, right?
Yeah.
We haven't had time to like really post and inspire, but I go there and I read the messages and I go back and scroll back and look at pictures and look at posts. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna put my shoes on, even if it's just one day a week. One day a week is better than nothing. And you just start by starting. Get out there, do it. Get out there, do it. So if you are one of those people who enjoy walking, talking, or taking, things in nature for inspiration, please join us in Wander and Wonder. You are welcome there.
Awesome. And by the way, Wanda and Wanda is on Facebook. It's an open group in that just join. And for me, it was really inspiring, by the way. I really enjoyed seeing where people, how many miles people are doing. So now that I'm doing it with Sewot and Angela, now that I've been doing the process of the walking with the group, with the ladies group, it's been awesome being able to post the mileage, because it helps each other. It helps you to see someone else, what someone else is doing. And that's part of our mental health awareness this month. And mental health, there's so much stigma about it that I almost feel like letting people know, it's also not feel like it should be known. It's not just mental health, means also emotional health and relational health, how we are relating to other people, and just knowing what the resources are in the community. And we have some resources that are available. For example, I know 211, we always refer people to 211, especially if you're in crisis. Whether you're in crisis or not, they have really, really great people online for almost anything you need. They'll point you in the right direction, and especially if you're in crisis and need crisis counseling. But you guys too, with Go Get Your Green On, because I went on getyourgreenon.org, right? Is it getyourgreenon.org? And you're able to see
.org, yes.
Yeah, you're able to see some of the stuff that's happening. And I'm wondering, I think I have it on here. Let me see if I can share the page. So this is getyourgreenon.com, and you guys, you're able to see, you can scroll down all the mental health resources, the trauma-informed website. I was on here earlier today. All that information is right on there. See that?
While you're scrolling and sharing resources, I want to take a moment because all of this Get Your Green On messaging and the campaign that you see throughout the month of May could not take place without an outstanding planning committee. So And just give a big old shout out to Lauren Zuckman and Catherine Murphy, who are the co-chairs for the Get Your Green on Planning Committee. But behind them, or next to them, is a whole probably I don't know, maybe about 20 of us or so that comprise the Get Your Green on Planning Committee. And I want to say thank you to Birth to 22, the County Youth Initiative, for really standing with us and walking the walk with us for the last, I don't know, this is the 6th year of the campaign. So really the entire time. And we would been able to get the message and the word out about mental health, well-being, and the Get Your Green On campaign if it were not for, the dedication of the committee. And thank you to Birth to 22 as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much thank you for sharing that. So that's one of the resources. And right now about the mental health awareness. And the thing is, when you're on there, you'll be able to see a whole bunch of other websites, and even Healthier Del Rey, they have a link on there too. And as we were saying, Laura, for me, all things to do with Del Rey and mental health began with that connection with Lauren Zachman. So yeah, she's a really epic person. And Lauren, if you ever see this, hello, and thank you for everything you've done for us, and just even your friendship. Because Let's Talk Live is really just talking about life anyway. So we're not trying to be super formal. And you know what? That's true. When you look on there on the Get Your Green On, Kenya just reminded me, we do have a faith initiative. I was literally looking at the mental health faith weekend. And we're going to be talking about this with a couple of pastors, and it's actually opening it up right now. But anyway, when you click on there, there's a resource, all this good stuff right here to help pastors in the community be able to do mental health awareness. And look at this list of resources. Do you see that? Here in Palm Beach County. So this is not just Del Rey. This is resources for the entire Palm Beach County and South Florida. And if you're looking for low-cost mental health counseling, all these resources are here for you. Because I do counseling, but I'm in private practice. But sometimes you're looking for specific counseling, like child counseling. You have the Center for Child Counseling right on there. Community partners, you have Mental Health of Palm Beach County. There's some really, and Palm Beach Youth Services Department, I have friends who've worked there, and they do an amazing job providing therapy services in the community. So you guys go ahead and go on to getyourgreenon.org, and you'll be able to come across all these guides. And this is the pastor's guide, so it has a whole bunch of stuff on here. I'm scrolling too fast, I know. But they talk to pastors about how to do all this, talking about faith at church. And whether you're in the synagogue or a temple, or if you're at the mosque, if you're outside, maybe you're doing Baha'i faith, or you're a free spirit, or you come together different groups, whatever it is, faith and mental health is really important. Actually, faith is one of the best ways to help with a support group. Whenever we talk about support group in getting over stuff, they've actually shown that people who belong to a community group, either community or faith community, it's a lot easier to be able to deal with life struggles, along with talk therapy. And if you're in depression and other clinical issues, as you also see your psychiatrist or doctor, that those are some of the ways that we help. So that's the formal part of it, of Get Your Green On. For the rest of us, this is personal, like Kenya was saying, right? Because this is about our own lives and how we're coping. And as I was sharing, for me, it's about the exercise, the walking. And guys, if you're online, we're looking at the comments. If there are any comments on there, Ruth actually just posted. Ruth is my friend. She's literally like my sister from another mother. She said, "Thank you, Kenya." She knows you. Thank you, Kenya, for your vulnerability and sharing your story. We at Cross Ministries are grateful for the work you're doing, leading and facilitating in Delray Beach. She's executive director of Cross Ministries, and they have a caring kitchen. They've had a caring kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know you guys have been in meetings, and The same
Yes.
corner, the same room, same conferences.
Yes. Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate.
yeah. So yeah, so that's my friend Ruth. So so yeah, you guys keep posting your comments. We're looking at them. We're keeping up with what you're saying online. So Kenya, what is how can we encourage people who really want to, they know they need help, but they don't even know where to start, especially when you're people of color, uh, in the Black community or Latino community or minority communities where we have a closed culture in terms of discussing mental health or discussing personal issues. We tend to feel, no, just keep that to yourself. And so sometimes we tend to suffer in silence. But this month, with all this stuff going on TV, everybody talking about mental health awareness, if somebody is just like, I know I need help, but I just don't even know where to start. What is one of the things that you share with them?
Um, I think for someone who is ready to approach getting help,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just categorize it as help because we know that for the entire spectrum of challenges that people face, there's a continuum of supports, whether they be peer supports, family supports, relationship supports, clinical supports, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But what I will just generally say is that it's an individualistic approach. Because I could sit here and share with you what a particular modality says, how a person should approach therapy, but they're making
Mm-hmm.
that makes a lot of assumptions about a person's willingness, their readiness to approach getting the help that they need. And so I simply say start by starting. And that can be as simple as you do not have to be a licensed clinician to help lead someone to support. If you're a family member, if you are a spouse, if you are a sibling, if you're a coworker, if you're a friend or a neighbor, and you know
Mm-hmm.
someone is experiencing, whether it be life transitions, they've gone through a loss, um, something has triggered them into an emotional space that they're not really recovering from. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
you want them to get help. How do you do that? It starts by one, making sure that you have that kind of trusted relationship with the person. And two, making a simple observation like, hey, Julia, I noticed that, you've been looking a little sad lately, or
Mm-hmm.
haven't gone on our morning walk. Is everything okay? And if we have that relationship, you're going to be appreciative that I asked. Now, some people, we can get into all facets of the conversation. Some people are going to just flat out smile in your face and say, I'm fine. No, everything's fine. I had a doctor's appointment and I just missed our walk. I'm so sorry, and then they'll smile and talk your ear off the whole walk. But meanwhile, when they go back into their environment, they're not okay. Some people will tell you, I'm okay, but they don't really mean that. Or other people may not have the words. They want to tell you, they don't want to mask it. They want to come out and just tell you everything, but there's something that's happening where the words just won't come out. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the trauma of whatever transpired, the
Yeah.
emotional weight is still so heavy, and they're contending with like their emotions bubbling over. So you already know these things, but as a clinician, it's okay to give a person a space to experience their emotions. We've learned in our training, like, don't immediately hand someone a tissue when you notice that they're crying, because it's a small signal or micro signal, like, stop crying. um, and unfortunately, we are conditioned to not experience our emotions. Boys shouldn't cry. Girls, don't be crybabies. Don't talk about it. However long you want to talk about it and whatever length you want to talk about it, we can go there tonight. Because, you know, in standard Black culture, Black culture is what I will call it, Black American culture, we sweep things under the rug. And I'm not of Caribbean descent, immediately Caribbean descent, so I don't have that personal experience, but I have heard the same from my Caribbean brothers and sisters and counterparts that say, oh no, we don't talk about that in this house. So where do we get our models? Where do we get our set norms for how to handle emotional situations? Where do we get that from? Not modeled in the home, we don't develop those coping strategies. We don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. To go back to answer your question, my direct answer to that is it's an individual approach. It's really all about building relationships, asking a question, waiting for the answer, letting the person know you care, and then linking them to the next level of support. If they're not ready for clinical therapy, it's okay. There are so many layers and levels of support that exist outside of clinical therapy that can help kind of guide that person and get them to a place of comfortability within themselves. It's okay. My philosophy is link them to that next level of support and take that first step. Start by starting. Just start the conversation.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You gave such a rich answer that, that's a good, heavy, meaty answer that on where to start and thank you for touching too on our cultures and how that makes it so tough to talk about stuff. Even though we kind of went deep real fast, with
Sorry, that's what happens when you invite me on.
I know we do this. And by the way, guys, you should know we're making a real big effort not to go all cuckoo on everybody, because our conversations are usually very interesting. But since this is mental health awareness, maybe another time when we have everybody in the group, we can actually all hang out online and have people ask questions if they want to. Because one of the things I enjoyed last year was when we did the webinars for the churches, and then we did a webinar for the city. Remember that? So we're like a group of several therapists in the county that got together and did these webinars last year during COVID for different organizations. So, but tonight,
and we will again. We'll be on our tours again.
Yeah, it's coming. And now that we get to go to actually be in person, that's a good thing. So the good change is happening. So what's one of the things that you're doing for fun? For me, it's been challenging myself with the walking, and then I'm dancing more. So I'm actually learning dances online because I have a natural love of dance, and I used to dance in high school. We had what was called the high school, I don't know how to describe it, but high school music competitions that included dance as well and drumming. That's how I started playing the djembe in high school. I used to be the drummer. Yeah, I used to be the drummer for the competition. So when we go to national competitions, I would be the one playing the drums and the djembes. And for the in-house school, I'd be dancing with the school, whichever dormitory you slept in, that was the dormitory that created the dance group.
Oh, cool.
I'm picking it up again because my family, we love dancing. So for me, it's been awesome for my mental health. And we try to do that on Saturday mornings while we're cleaning. And then I always turn it on Afrobeat because there's nothing like, for us, there's nothing like an Afrobeat. You will not keep your feet on the floor. So that has been my way of
you're right about that. That's facts.
Yeah, so for me, that has been the fun thing that I've been doing along with walking, challenging myself to learn these dances. I kind of have a secret TikTok. I shouldn't have said it, but at some point maybe I'll share what's on there. But
look at you sneaking on TikTok. I'm still trying to figure out like who's the target demographic for TikTok. I think I'm thinking too much about it and I should just probably get on there. But social media in general is just not my gig. It's very time consuming.
I'm telling you, let me tell you that that particular one you have to like shut it. You have to give yourself like 10 to 15 minutes to scroll through it, and then you just shut it off. Don't even play with it because you'll be on there forever.
I will
So,
continue to live through y'all TikToks. I have a couple of girlfriends that share TikToks with me, like funny ones and stuff. So I'll just stay on on beat watching y'all.
yeah, so mine is the music, and then of course the movies that I love. So I get the thing about it that's so cool is that it's 1 minute, so you can literally talk or share anything for 1 minute only. So there's no pressure. It's just a or less of whatever is interesting to you. It could actually be the darks. We could actually have a wonder group on there that that you post for 1 minute, whatever it is that you saw on your walk.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. That might be the one thing that can get me over to TikTok. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I guess for what I've been doing for fun, Julia, is I don't. There's never enough time in a day. So when I do have time, I like to. My son and I have been going skating, like on Sundays.
Wow.
We go roller skating, and that's super fun. He likes to cook, so like sometimes we'll just get in the kitchen and make fun recipes. He likes to cook with my mom. She bakes. I don't bake, but my mom bakes. So he learns all the recipes, for my mom. And I think the thing that I really enjoy the most is really just spending time with my family, because I don't get to spend enough time with them. So anytime with them, and that includes like my extended family and cousins, nieces. It's that thing for me.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to miss in a post-COVID world. During quarantine, I remember joking, because I love to dance like you do. I have been known to scar up a dance floor. Okay.
Woo! All right.
But I remember during COVID, I was like, oh, I can't wait till the world opens up again. I'm going everywhere and I'm dancing with everybody.
I remember you said that. I remember that conversation.
Now, not so much. I don't want to dance with y'all.
What?
I don't want to. I'm gonna dance. I'm doing my own dance by myself in my chair. A little time. I'm gonna get on the dance floor in a few minutes.
Yeah, I hear you. You see, that's the point. Just choose the joy, or however, choose joy. That's what I've been saying. # choose joy. So however you're finding the joy, the dance, whether you dance alone, you dance with people, you dance in secret social media accounts.
Come on, not that one now, not that one.
Yeah, whatever. No, you know how you don't want everybody to see you trying to learn all these kiddo dances. I don't know them.
I don't know them either. This is After Dark, but not that one. The other one.
Oh no. Yeah. No, that's not that kind of Dark. We will talk about that another show.
Hey, we have to make ourselves clear on the topic that we're speaking, Julia, because people can.
Yes. Oh yeah, true. No. This is about literally just what we're doing to create joy with this whole thing about the mental health. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna actually have a show with some friends who teach dance or use dance movement as part of mental health, just helping out with the mental health part. And you know what, Gal, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you. I know we've gone over your time. I just love listening to you and the passion and the stories that you were telling. So thank you so much for being on live with me today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Anytime.
Yeah.
Anything for you, anytime for you.
Good. I look forward
and let me know when you're going to visit your family, because I may just tag along.
I know. Man, yeah. from our lips to God's ears for these trips that we're planning.
Yeah.
It was a whole, I remember the other time we had the conversation with the therapist group about all the stuff that we all love, the different cultures, all the foods, and we were all
Mhm.
gaga over mangoes, you know. I remember.
Did you see the
So
mangoes that I posted the other day? I took
I
pictures. I
saw,
got mangoes from my tree at my mom's house. Well, my mom's tree.
yeah, I sure saw
Um,
that.
it was like
Yeah,
the
so
first ones that had fallen. I was like, mango season.
oh my goodness. Thank you. And you know what? Fruits, yeah, in this, especially now that summer is around the corner.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be hinting a lot. Once those mangoes keep falling, I'll be like, so can we meet for something?
Well, you keep dropping hints and I'll drop one for you as well. So just stay tuned. I'm glad we're ending this conversation on the note about fruits.
Yes.
'Cause I may come back a little later, a little sooner than later, and share something that's cooking in the background. So I'm not
Oh,
to
nice.
share it yet, but I will very soon, and I would love to come back and share it with you.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I would be so excited for that. So thank you so much, Kenya. And
My
I
pleasure.
will
Thank you
see
for
you
having me.
tomorrow. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow. For everyone else online, thank you so much for hanging in with us. I know a lot of you guys get to watch the show after hours and throughout the days. So this was Let's Talk Live with Julia. If you need to get a hold of me, www.earlyfamilyyears.org or here on Facebook. You can always direct message me. And you guys have my number too. My number is public information. If you need to Google it, it's public information because it's my work number. So that's why. Thank you. God bless you guys. Remember to take care of your mental health, take care of your heart health, and take care of your soul health. God loves you. You matter. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, my friend. Woohoo.